Stephen Woolfe, UKIP MEP for the North West. First of all, a bit of a kind of background on yourself, really. Where do you come from? Who have the voters of the North West elected now?
Well, I was born in Manchester. I grew up in Mosside and then Burnage. I studied at St Bede's in Manchester, and I became a barrister. And from there I moved on to work first as a lawyer in the City of London, and then in the financial services sector as consultancies. So my role here in UKIP is be the economic spokesman. It's also to look at how economic regulations impact Britain as a whole, but also particularly the North West. I still live there. My wife and family are based in Chester, and I'm very grateful to the people of the North West for actually voting for me. But we have a very significant financial services sector in the North West. Over 100,000 people are involved, whether it's in banks and building societies, insurance companies. All of those people are actually impacted daily by what happens here in this institution and the regulations they impose, which in my view and the view of the party increases the costs on those businesses and therefore affects jobs and whether people can actually expand and create more jobs or do adversely, which we believe is actually shrink the job base.
Do you think people appreciate that connection between the economics you're talking about in the region and here in Brussels? And if not, how are you going to be trying to kind of make that message kind of stronger and more well felt, if I can put it like that?
Well, people know what it's like to be unemployed. People know like the austerity that's affecting lots of people in the northwest of England, and they understand that is caused by something, and we believe that they're beginning to understand that it's caused by the over-regulation by the European Union. What I don't think they understand is in terms of the financial services sector, how important that is to the northwest, because there are many people who don't look at this and explain it, and how important we have to be in making sure that those regulations are as flexible as possible to create more jobs, because the more jobs we have there means that more people can live better lives and ensure that their family have better lives, and that's what we as politicians should be doing, and that's what we as parties should be doing, is making lives better for people.
You mentioned that you'd like to be on the Econ Committee, as they call it here in the jargon, the Economics Affairs Committee. So does that signify that you're planning to take a very active role out here on behalf of your constituents, on behalf of UKIP voters?
Well, one of the great myths portrayed through this election was that UKIP MEPs didn't work. I mean, we have a number of significant MEPs who work on those committees, and I will take an active role because it's very important for us to actually understand what the European Union is planning down the road for our country, and we have to be able to highlight what damage it will do, and mostly it does cause damage, and so that we can then get that out to the people of the Northwest and the people of people of the Northwest and people of Great Britain as a whole. So that when I'm doing that job, I will be taking an active role, but I'll also be increasingly active in the community in the Northwest to make sure that they understand what's happening too.